Namaste, good evening. Welcome to Turiya Talks, a very interesting session with two guests, Ms. Shikha Gupta and Ms. Prakash. Welcome to Turiya Talks, ma'am.
Thank you, Sandhya.
Thank you, Sandhya.
I'll talk about the topic and the guests a little later. But my first question is, don't you think online teaching can jeopardize the success of the training, ma'am? I would like to throw this question to both of you.
Uh, I think for me it is yes and no. Current situation it is no, because it has actually helped enable the learning across all the segments. If you see, and if online was not there at this point in time, then it would have been a disaster for learning. It can be academics per se. If you see, we've actually finished one academic year. Of course, it has got its own limitations, but I feel it has actually come in handy in this particular current pandemic situation. Of course, it has got its limitations, as I told you earlier, because if you consider rural areas, because of the limitations of internet or smartphone availability, people might not have been able to implement as we have done it here. But in city-wise, in the rural areas, I think it has actually helped the education system to a certain extent, I would say.
Right. Can we expect your point of view, Shikha ma'am?
Yeah, sure, Sandhya. I think I echo what Savita is saying, our other guest is saying. It has enabled learning to a very large extent, right? I mean, imagine if technology was not used as extensively as it is today, right? And this pandemic doesn't seem to leave the country or doesn't seem to leave the world. All of us would have been so way behind in our lives, whether it's a student or it's a person from the corporate world or it's a startup, anybody for that matter, right? So technology has played a big role in keeping ourselves updated with market trends, industry knowledge, learning sessions, different course materials that is available. I think it's just an enabler today. Yes, there
Yeah,
are
just to
challenges in pockets, but by and large, I think we would have been lost out. We would have been lost if we wouldn't be learning online.
Yeah, just imagine if online learning was not happening, working from was not happening. Imagine each individual status. Currently, we are seeing so many mental illnesses, isn't it? So, since we are
Right.
doing our work at home and people are focused and engaged, I think most of it has got settled down, of course, with a lot of challenges. But I feel this is the best thing that could have happened now.
And
Right.
imagine the segment which is not able to leverage on technology, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You talk about different pockets, different segments or sectors of life, right? People have lost their jobs, right?
yeah.
Because they have not been able to adapt to technology, or their industry doesn't work like that, right? So yeah, online learning or technology is a big plus in today's
Right.
times. Yeah.
So, with two seasoned HR professionals, we are talking about online versus offline learning and pros and cons of working from home. Definitely, I'll introduce my guests, but my first question to them is how classroom to online teaching has impacted the education and corporate world. Maybe Savita ma'am can take up this question, please.
Yeah. It's a major impact in learning as well. I would say there are both pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages, limitations, benefits, everything is there in this. If we had not got online system, see, it has got its challenges. Teachers and students have faced a lot of challenges in this, but it has actually impacted to certain extent, to certain segment of people very well, a positive way. So the students are able to learn. The learning is not stopped. The teaching is not stopped, of course, with a lot of challenges. And it has helped them to see an other side of teaching, which was possible, which we wouldn't have been trying at all if the situation has not forced us to do it. So that is a positive impact that I would say. And we will think of doing online for everything, where earlier online was also there, where we did not use it so efficiently or very frequently as we used to do it now. Now for everything, every kid knows to log in. That's a plus point of it. Of course, it has got its limitation, disadvantages for the kids. Kids are in between in front of the screen for a long time. That is all there. Let's put it aside. But as a learning process, if you see, this platform has actually helped people to keep going, keep learning. And many of them actually lost their jobs. But this online platforms will give them to upskill them for different other courses, so that once the market is up, people can come back. And if the students also learning is, so the impact, the negative part or the flip side, if you talk, for students, the workshop, the hands-on sessions, the laboratories, the experiments, they were not able to do all that, without which they have learned it. So that's a flip side of it, I would say. But on the whole, you can say it has got good impact on it, keeping aside the bad or the negative impacts that we see in the online sessions or platforms.
Right. So our guests must be thinking, why am I not introducing them? So firstly, I would like to introduce my HR manager who recruited me in one of the top IT companies a few years back. So talking about Ms. Shikha Gupta, ma'am is an HR leader with 17 years of rich and diverse work experience in the areas of talent acquisition, HR generalist. Not only that, but ma'am is in learning and development as well. And at present, she is working with Winwire Technologies Bangalore as head talent acquisition. Welcome once again to Turiya Talks, ma'am. And
Thank
talking
you.
about Miss Savita Prakash, ma'am, you can just see that ma'am has got some 23 years plus experience in the education industry, having worked with various verticals like learning and development and program management, incubation and entrepreneurship. So currently, ma'am holds the position of incubation manager at Atal Incubation Center, Jyoti Institute of Technology Foundation. Ma'am, what are your 5 tips how people can stay alert? What do you say? They can be students or they can be professionals working from home.
Stay alert.
Yeah, stay alert, agile.
Okay.
So
Let me talk about
you
corporates first. Because it's been work from home scenario for what, 15 months now, Sandhya, right? 15 months and maybe another 6 to 8 months to go, right? The divide between home and work has practically nullified, right? It's become long hours, right? But then yes, it's given us flexibility. It's given us, we've cut out on our travel time. There's no commute to office. All those are the benefits. But it's become long working hours, right? I have so many people in my network who've developed, back problem issues, right, because of long sitting hours.
Yeah.
So I think 2 3 things that are very important. I may not be practicing all, but I do practice some of them, right? One is to take intermittent breaks in between, right? Don't sit for too long in one particular posture, or I don't know, on a chair, on a bed. First of all, bed is not the right place to sit. There
Yeah,
has to
I
be an
agree.
office setup, right? A proper desk, chair, organized, an office setup, right, with good bright light, sunlight, proper air conditioning and stuff like that. And then take breaks in between, every 2 hours, go for a 5 minutes walk, come back, or maybe do answer your phone calls while walking, right? Some conference calls or some phone calls. So I think being active is important. Having the right office environment at home is important. And third, prioritizing is important, right? You need to know what is urgent versus important, and what is urgent and important, and what is important but maybe not urgent, right? So prioritization of work, of tasks, of your calendar, right, is very important to bring a method to this entire madness, is what I would say. And yes, some physical activity, whatever gives you some relief. Maybe listening to music for 5 minutes, maybe going for a short walk for 10 minutes, maybe doing a workout, something to de-stress. Or talking to a good friend, take a small break, have a small chit chat, 5 minutes, right? All this helps you bring back your focus, your energies back to work. So I think those would be few suggestions from my side. And I do the music part, after 2-3 hours when you're really just listen to one nice musical number and then get back to work. It's a different energy. So yeah.
Right. Savita ma'am, what is your take on this?
Yeah, I completely agree what Shikha is saying. For her, it's a calendar. So academic per se, I can say you can make a timetable of yourself, for the day, the routine. Because what happens is the discipline is lost when you're at home. And when you go back, you have to go back to school, colleges, you have to go back to work. So you have to maintain that discipline all over till you go back to your work, right? So I feel if you can make a timetable for yourself, and as she said, prioritize your work, and you can actually take a break in between. See, stress is something that we give it to ourselves. That environment tries to push it. You should know how to avoid it. So meditation could be one. You may not know actually the process of doing the meditation, but you can sit in one place and cool down your own mind. You can do it by yourself. You can take a walk, as she said, and you can actually spend some time with nature. Right now, with current situation, we may not be able to go out, but you might have got plans. You will have sky, you have nature, water, air. Just walk around and try to be with them. Actually, that will actually help us, both physically and mental fitness, especially for students, for them to focus. Right now for them, they've got a lot of distractions. They have online sessions, of course, but that session is getting distracted with all the other activities in between. And now so they can actually put it on and walk around. You will not even have to attend the session, isn't it? So that the student has to get that discipline. They have to say, this is what I do, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps between these timings. And if they are disciplined enough to do it, I think no stress is going to, attack them any which ways, because young minds are always active. So keep your mind very active. Keep your physical body active. I think that will give you a lot of energy to work, because working professionals will always have passion for what they're doing. I request through this that all the students should actually get the passion of studying. Once you have that passion, right? Nobody has to guide you. Nobody has to tell you what you have to do. You will do it by yourself. And I think this is the right time for you to experiment and learn new things, because going to school, coming back from school, well, that routine is gone now, isn't it? You're at home. So split study time, online time, workout time, friends time, right? And you can upskill yourself. Platform is available for you online. I feel that's the best thing that the students or teachers, faculties, anybody, any one of us, any individual from any segment, this is the time given to us for ourselves to, keep ourselves up and running and stress free.
Absolutely right.
And I think to add to what Savita is saying, with the pandemic on, Sandhya, there are different people who are suffering, right? We have they're suffering different health problems. Some people are suffering from COVID. So families have anyway enough pressure at home, right? Because they're dealing with the patient or they're dealing with some sickness, right? So I think it is important to take small breaks to de-stress so that you can look after yourself well and you can look after the family well. I think that's very important.
Absolutely right. Yes. We can take up one or two questions, but we all agree that the shift from offline to online has been an emergency response amid COVID. And we believe that the online world is growing and work from home and online learning is going to stay. Would like to take your feedback, something little negative, but few developing nations could never understand the importance of hybrid education, or maybe I'll say work from home. So has COVID taught us a good lesson that you can be at anywhere? You can be at Digha Beach or Miami Beach. You just need a good internet connection, agility, and phone and ability to think and deliver. So would like to look for your response.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole world has become digital, right? It's like a global village. I'll give you my example, Sandhya. So, for example, today before pre-COVID, I was hiring talent who was based out of Bangalore city because I'm hiring for Bangalore, right? Today, it doesn't matter to me where the person is, whether Bombay, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad. I can hire talent from any segment of any location across India or any location across the world, right? It's become that easy. So your reach is larger. You can hire people who are fungible across different departments, and I think you can achieve what you want to do, like you said, with a stable internet connection, and if you have a good manager or a good buddy assigned who clearly defines what roles and responsibilities are, what the project timelines are, what the customer deliverables are, I think you can operate from anywhere. I mean, job opportunities have increased. The reach out of HR folks have increased because you can hire from anywhere. You can hire diversity, you can hire inclusion, right? That need to be in the office space, right? To collaborate and solve issues or to collaborate and work is no more there. We have Zoom, we have Teams, we have StreamYard, we have, I mean,
Yes.
there are multiple technology avenues where you can collaborate and get things done. I think, yeah, you really don't need to be in office to deliver what you want to deliver, and that is what COVID has taught us. Earlier, we thought
Right.
no, some jobs do require you to be in the office, do meetings, do conference room discussions, do focus group discussions, do all of that, right? Brainstorming meetings, but all that happens over, all these video calls, Zoom calls, and stuff like that. And every individual, right, whether the person is a student or a working professional or a CEO, no matter what, every walk of life, everybody has been able to deliver, and it's been 1 year, right, and maybe few more months to go. So yeah, that would be my take.
Savita ma'am, the world is
Yeah.
going digital in every walk of life,
Yeah.
from recruitment to class to. So, is it a boon or a bane? I don't understand. What is it?
Yeah, for me, if you ask, I think it is both. You cannot decide on one saying that it's just a boon or it's just a ban. See, before pandemic, we never thought of bringing class online, isn't it? Education, formal education was offline classroom. And 1, 2, 3, 4 rules and regulations. This is how it should run, isn't it? But all that is washed out during this. And we really did something opposite. And it is successful to a certain extent. So if you think about all, it has given seamless, learning across segments and in academics also. So that way, technology has really helped people. And we are able to actually this online, offline, whatever that you are talking about right now, online, the technology has helped us, as Shika mentioned, there is no limit to our reach now. If I wish that if this has been implemented in the education sector, or a hybrid education model, if you can think about, because now the online learning is an eye opener for us. We know that we can deliver learning through formal education through online. So if we can develop a hybrid model where the students doesn't miss out of those pure learning of that sports activity, of that cultural activities, and then experiments that they are doing, if they don't miss out for that, they come to the campus, and rest of the learning that they do online, I think we can try it. It would also be a success to a certain extent wherever the network is seamless. And of course, the corporate world, I think it is proved that you can be anywhere and it can still be a successful organization. You don't need people to come into the office, sit and work from 9 to 5 or 10 to 6. I think for education, it takes a little more time for us to move from completely offline to online. I think it may not be possible also because there are a lot other limitations for it. And students have to, interact with each other physically,
Right.
play with each other for them also to grow around. So boon, yes, because we are able to do all this. Pain, I feel, because students have lost that 1 year of playing cultural activities, sports activities, so that actually cannot happen on online. So the sports person are really missing their, part of life, this 1.5 years that we have spent currently, because they have to do physically. There nothing is online for them except they can do fit, outfit. They can run and they can keep themselves fit at home. But apart from that, they cannot do anything. So many students who are sports person is really, for them, it's not that great here altogether. But if you just consider the learning part of it, I think this is the best thing that can happen for us at the current scenario.
So even
Right.
in the corporate sector, Sandhya, I think cross
Ma'am, you have to
skilling,
speak a little louder. Yeah,
okay.
little louder.
Even
Yeah.
in even in the, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this better? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
even in the corporate sector, right, rather than doing classroom learning sessions and all that, everybody is moved to, webinars and online trainings, upskilling, cross skilling. I think that has really helped. Correct. But even the corporate folks have the flip side. See, how does an organization show, or to a new joiner, show its culture, right? This is through various activities that the HR folks do, right, with the employees, with the existing employees, with the new joiners, right? Engagement activities, a lot of stuff which shows, right, who we are, what is our value system, what are our core values, what is the culture of the organization, right? You can only do a limited engagement on online platforms, right, with especially the new joiners, right? So that's been the flip side with working from home on the corporate side as well. But as far as learning is concerned, we can host as many programs we want. It's very convenient for the participants to attend, right? Attendance is maximized, right? More people join because it's convenient, you don't have to travel, right? So those are the benefits. But as far as fun activities, culture, engagement, right, that piece is missing in corporate. You can do only so much online, right? So yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
that's what
quickly
even
take
I.
up one or two questions. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, that's what I wanted to say. Learning is seamless, but it as it got other challenges, of course. But
Yeah.
learning part of is yes, it has been seamless provided the students are serious about it. Otherwise, there are challenges like how do you hold on the attendance? How do you get the focus of the students? That attendance part is still a very sensitive issue for us to tackle. But otherwise, the learning, if it is the students are serious about it, I think we can. This is the best thing that it can happen.
Right.
And of course, physical activity, they have lost it. I'm with the students. Yes, they are at home 24 by 7. The small kids are really missing those time of their play areas and playtime.
Yeah.
All that is really a problematic for kids. But learning part of it, keeping aside all this, if you say learning, I think this is the best thing at this time.
Right. We'll quickly take up one or two questions. Why do companies want to upskill their employees? Do you think upskilling as a competitive advantage, ma'am?
Absolutely. I mean, if you have to stay relevant in the market, right? Redundancy is like a disease, Sandhya, right? I mean, everybody has a certain expertise in life, right? I have a qualification, right? I am an HR person, or an architect, or I'm a project manager. But upskilling myself to learn different technologies or to learn different things in life is very important to stay relevant in the market, right? What's happening in the market, where is the world moving to? I think that's very important. And once you get this rigor of upskilling employees and people are open to learning new stuff, right, you can actually utilize them across different projects within the same organization. That also adds value to their CV, that adds value to their career, right? They are excited by the challenging opportunities you are presenting to them. I think it is very, very important to learn, to upskill, not only upskill, also cross skill, right? People move across different technologies, across different domains, right? That is also very important. If you have to be, it's a very competitive world, no doubt. And if you have
Yes.
to stay relevant, and if you have to make a mark, and if you have to win the competition, you have to upskill. There is no other goal. Keep
I think
yourself updated with the new trends, technology, market scenario. I think that's the need of the hour. That's how
true.
I would put it.
True.
Yep.
Even for students, it is true. I think this is the time that they have got to upskill themselves so that whoever is in the placement cycle, they will be able to get better opportunities when the market is up and running. See, online market is going to increase a lot in 2021. 2022. It's going to have a lot of business, and the platforms are going to come up with new, whatever challenges that we have facing. I think they'll be coming up with a robust system which will help us to overcome those challenges. So this upskilling is required for every individual, I feel, irrespective of corporates or students or employer, and everybody has to get upskills every time. So there is one saying, right? You, as far as you are learning, you're all redundant. Once you stop learning, you are out of it, out of your life, because people will move ahead. You will never be able to run behind them. Get onto that race. So you always have to upskill yourself depending on your passion, your requirement, your interest areas. And this is the right time for the students also, because as parallelly with the academics, they can upskill their skills online platforms, and they will be ready for the job market. They get better opportunities. So it's actually upskilling, and as she mentioned, cross skilling is the requirement for every individual, irrespective of which segment they are working, not working, doesn't matter.
You reminded me of something, Savita.
Yeah, so
very cutthroat world, right? So Charles Darwin said, "Survival of the fittest."
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody
Yes.
has to remain fit, has to remain relevant in the industry.
Yeah.
And one has to identify the strength.
Yeah.
We cannot be learning each and everything.
Yeah, strength, insert your passion. You identify your areas and start upskilling yourself. This is the time for us to
Absolutely right. My last question, what is your take on Turiya Communications and Turiya Talks? And then we'll wrap up the show.
Oh, I am absolutely delighted to be here. And it was great connecting with you, Sandhya, after a few years. Plus, I took that effort of, going through the company profile and the kind of stuff you guys are doing in, I don't know, branding, communication, PR, press releases. I think it's fantastic stuff. And it's so good to be connected with you again. And it's so good to be here.
Thanks, pleasure.
And
right.
This is just the beginning for you. I know you. I've known you for some time in the past, and you're only going to go higher and higher and higher from where you are. My best wishes.
With the blessing of people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Savita, ma'am. Please continue.
Yeah, I see Turiya Communications is a budding organization with a lot of enthusiastic people in it to take it to different levels. I see that zeal in you, Sandhya, right now when I'm talking. I think I'm talking to you for the first time. But
yes.
I see that entrepreneurial zeal in you, which you want to make it and take it to a different level altogether. So I wish you all the very best. Your team is doing a great job.
Yes.
And you are actually, you are actually getting people on board to talk about the current scenarios. You've thought about it. So you are in the pace in the current market rate. So I feel you are going to, go into great heights. All the best for all of you. And thank you for having me in this Turiya Talks. It's been really very nice to talk to you all on this, and which is, learning and teaching. Teacher is always, active in me. So the moment I start acting, you might have thought she talks too much, she must have been talking at some time. But the teacher in me actually.
A mentor is supposed to talk. A mentor is supposed to talk. Otherwise, people will not listen.
Yeah. So I start, so I don't stop. And that too, when it comes to students learning, and that teacher gets up and says yes. So my son usually will say, you don't become headmasters here. You're at home. So be my mother, not a principal or a teacher or a headmaster. So that automatically comes up. So all the best for you. Yeah.
Fantastic work, Sandhya. I've gone through some videos, getting the right people, addressing current issues, great topics. I had a chance to talk to Urja as well from your team. Very smart kid. I think, yes, you have the right people, you have the right intention, and you have the right passion.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Which is actually required.
100 clients is nothing. 500 karna hai, 1,000 karna hai. All of us are there with you in that journey.
Yeah. Anytime you can
No,
come
I
back
give
to
them
us.
the targets. Amrik, you have to do this and please write it somewhere so that you can see it every moment and just achieve it.
Yeah.
Correct.
It was lockdown and lockdown. We just didn't see that. We just worked and worked. We just worked 8 hours and we locked out. That's it. We should not think about success and failure. We shouldn't think about the outcome, but we should do with dedication.
Yes.
And I think if we continue doing that, and we did end up serving more than 40-45 top clients across the world. I will not suggest the country.
That's great. That's great. And
Yes,
actually, our
yes,
culture also says, no, Sandhya, do your work
yes.
promptly. Forget about the results. That is what Lord Krishna has told us. So let's
Bhagavad
do our
Gita.
karma. For our karma is our work. So let's respect our work. It may be student respect. That's what I keep saying. Student, respect what you're doing. Your teacher, your studies, give the time, give that respect. So for us, work is life. So we will have to do that. And whatever is the result is not in our hands. But of course, if
Right.
you do right things at the right time, the result will be right. That's
Yeah,
what
the
is for
result
all of
will
you.
fall in
All the
place.
very best, Sandhya. I'm really delighted to get in touch with you and been associated
I'll
with you.
talk to you after this session. We'll connect and we'll discuss. So, with this, we have arrived towards the end of yet another interactive session. Thank you, ma'am, for taking
Thank
your
you.
time and being with us. I can only tell people that you don't have to go to school or office, but you can work, study while eating or half asleep or with full music or while watching your favorite TV show. And you can save a lot of time and money on transportation. But before that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on your own Turiya Talks. Till then, namaste. Meet you in the next session. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
Bye.
you.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you. Take care.